sitting high in the saddle, nothing else matters. My feet in the stirrups, I'm so happy. There's nothing like the sound of Carolina hoofbeat.
We're here today with Casey Armstrong, and Casey's been having a problem with her horse. So tell our viewers a little bit about what's been going on.
Well, I have an 8-year-old saddlebred mare that I've had since she was foaled, and this is her ride. She's been in this trailer numerous times, but over the last 3 or 4 months, we've had increased difficulty trying to get her to load. I don't think it's a fear of the trailer problem because she's been in it since she was a baby. I think it's an attitude problem, and rather than make the situation worse, I've asked Jim Thomas to come in and give some professional advice as to how to load her safely.
Okay. We know this is a problem a lot of horse owners face on a regular basis, and you guys probably remember Jim Thomas. He writes a lot of articles for Carolina Hoofbeats and Southeast Equine, a very accomplished trainer out of Pittsburgh, North Carolina. So let's stay tuned and see what old Jim can do.
Hey, my name's Jim Thomas, and we're with Bartee Horsemanship, and today we're at Wakefield Barn in Wake Forest, North Carolina, and we're working with a young horse named Secret, who's had, as y'all have already heard, a little bit of issues loading on a trailer. Well, the first couple of things I'm going to do is establish a little bit of control with her. I want to be able to back her up with very little contact, and I want to be able to send her left and right, and I want to solve a couple of other little issues that she might have in the process. As you can tell, she's a little mouthy, so she'll get a little preoccupied with things. And when she does, I'm just going to make it uncomfortable there. And we'll just ask her not to put her mouth on different things. So as we go along, I'll just keep talking about the different techniques we're going to use with her. So the first thing, and before we got on camera, I was just working a little bit with getting her back up, and that's a tough thing for a lot of horses, is backing off with a little bit of pressure. So I just wanted to create it by putting a little wiggle in the rope, and she starts softening her body and moving down to her feet and backing out. So if you'll notice, I'll keep escalating the pressure. I'll keep escalating there. I got a foot to move, it was on their right rear, but that's all I can ask for with this horse for right now. And real quick, that's going to grow. So here we go again. If you'll notice, I waited, in her case, it was about 10 or 15 seconds till I got a little bit of a lick and chew. That let me know she was a little more relaxed. There's left rear, right rear, the 2 front feet, and I'm happy with that. So as we started out, you know, if we were to put a level of the pressure that I was asking her to move off of, I was probably going up to about 8 or 9, where the max of 10 was all I could do to get her feet to move. And now we're probably at, 5 or 6. When we're finished up with this exercise here in 2 or 3 minutes, I hope we're having it around 2 or 3. So we'll try again. I like to work in things, it's called a whisper, a talk, and then a shout. There we go. As soon as I get what I want, I'm going to take it away. But you'll notice everything that I do with her tonight is going to always start with a whisper. Another way that we could say it is suggest, ask, and tell. So I'll make a suggestion to her. Would you please back up? I'll ask her, would you please back up? I'm going to get something here, so I'm not going any higher, and I stopped. The horse really wants it from us. They want things to come as a whisper, but they have to learn to understand that we're willing to go to a talk or to a shout or to a ask and then a tell. There goes the lead rope in her mouth. I'm going to pop it back out. I want her not to think about being mouthy. That's probably Casey's fault. Y'all didn't see her turn away, but she turned away. And it's just, you know, a lot of times we want to show the love to our horses, and we do that through treat. So I'm asking, I'm asking, there's 3 feet, and there's the 4th one. And that's pretty good for her, probably in the last 5 or 8 minutes. She's looking for the answer. Now she knows something's going on just because we got the trailer out here, and she's probably never thought about getting on the trailer in the arena. But you know, we're trying to make it a good idea for her. So we're gonna try it one more time. One more time. There's 2 feet. Give me 2 more, sweetheart. Here we go. Gonna escalate up a little bit more. She's got to see that I'm serious and I'll go where I need to go. Thank you. If you'll notice, the fastest, and horses learn through pressure and release, and if you watch herd dynamics with horses, they always offer something up to another horse in a suggestion. It may be nothing more than a stare. And the ask is going to be the pin to ears. They'll get a body position. Different things will happen with the horse. And the last thing they'll do when they tail, that's either a bite or a kick or a charge to another horse. There's 2 feet, there's 3, there's 4, and 6. So that was good. I'm happy with that. We'll work on that as we progress. The next thing I want to do with her, I want to be able to point and give her a direction that I want her to go without her questioning me. I never want to be close to my horse. I want to do this complete trailer loads without ever having to get close to her. Masking. There we go. So I'm going to ask her to move off to my right. I'm being very plain about it. I'm going to push a little pressure on this right eye, and I'm going to start moving towards her. I'll start tapping, tapping, and increasing the pressure to where she looks for an answer. There we go. I'm going to take that and we're going to build on it. So I got a little left step. So it might sound like or feel like that I'm hitting her kind of hard, but if you'll notice, I can hit myself that hard, and maybe I won't be too bruised tomorrow, but I think she did okay off of that. So I'm asking her to move around. When I feel her on the lead, I'm going to bump her off. She needs to be focused on me. There we go. There we go. And then the other thing that I want to be able to do is control this hip by my eyesight and by my energy. So as we go around, speed up, sweetie. I'm going to tip her head, and I'm going to ask her butt to get out of the way. Then I'm going to back her out of my space. Don't come back on me. There. So we'll work on that 2 or 3 minutes. Because the whole idea I want to be able to do is make the trailer a really nice place. And then the other places that she has to work. Well, I can't make her work if I can't control her. So a lot of times the horse gets preoccupied and gets bothered by so many things. The more I make her work, the more she starts paying attention to me instead of everything else. Horses are unique creatures in the sense that they can't multitask. We can do several things at one time. We can think about the trailer, we can think about the people, we can think about the movie camera, the birds, everything else, and still focus on the task. A horse can only do one or the other.
People from around the Triangle come to Carolina Barbecue of Garner off Highway 70 because they know what they'll get. Authentic Eastern North Carolina chopped barbecue, Southern fried chicken, hush puppies, Brunswick stew, and more. But did you know that they'll come to you? For your next backyard party, company event, graduation party, weddings, rehearsals, or any other occasion, you bring the people, and Carolina Barbecue of Garner will bring the pig. Call 773-0222.
Follow me to Carolina Barbecue.
I chose Mahindra because it's the best tractor in its class, period.
Right now, Mahindra has the best deals too, like 0 interest for 84 months, or up to $4,500 cash back and a 5-year warranty.
You could lift just about anything with that thing. It has never let me down. I would definitely recommend the #1 selling tractor in the world, Mahindra.
So now we're going to try her to the left. Move out of my space, move out of my space. There's 1 foot, 2, 3, and 4. So each time I'm going to ask just a little bit more of her. She's pretty relaxed now. She's kind of focused on me. This downhead position is pretty much a humble position in the horse's world. She kind of wants to be my friend now. So I'm asking. Now I'll ask her to move off. She's like, I got that, we'll do it. A lot of times when you work with a horse, we've all heard horses are two-sided. It's not as much that their brain is two-sided as it is their eyes are. So the way their eyes are connected to their brain, they don't communicate as well from one eye to the other. So in time, what the right eye sees, the left side of the brain would eventually figure it out if we looked at it that way, but in reality, it's not separated that way. There we go. Again, we're going to work on this back up every chance we get. 1, 2, 3, 4. One thing we got to remember when we're working with horses, there's no clock attached to it. Sun's going to come up, sun's going to go down, the moon's going to come up, moon's going to go down. Horse has no concept of time. They live in a world of 10 seconds at a time. There's no pre-planning about what they're having for dinner tonight. All they know is their body, because of a natural clock just like ours, their body tells them it's time to eat. Their body tells them it's time to get something to drink. It's not that pre-planning that, hey, let's move over here, there's some neat grass, that's where we're going to eat after lunch. They haven't figured that one out. I just want to be able to move my horse around from a distance and ask things to happen. I'm going to take her head back across her hip, bring her front end through. There we go. Separate parts of the body. There we go. So now, I haven't worked her up too much, but I'm gonna give her a chance. She's exhausted, as y'all can tell, but I'm gonna give her a chance, right? There's where she told me is her line. So we'll say from this point forward, every time I make progress past that line, I'm gonna give her a break. We gotta remember a lot of things, that anything negative around the trailer goes in her mind that the trailer is a bad place. So if anything negative, any work, anything unpleasant for her has to be away from the trailer. I don't want her to look at the trailer and see bad guys. I don't want her to look at the trailer and see wolves and tigers and cats. I want her to look at a trailer as that is a place of security and rest. So she's given me a new line. I'm gonna take it right there. And all I'm gonna ask, if she crosses this line 6 feet or 6 inches, that's enough for me. There. That's all I want. Now, what's really gonna bother her in a couple of more steps is we're gonna go away from the trailer. That's the last thing in her mind. Because right now in her mind is thinking, you know, there's been a lot of pressure around the trailer, and it's really going to mess up with the things that's going on in her thought process. There we go, and now let's leave. I really want her to understand where my boundaries are. There we go. There we go. I asked her 3 times to come back to me. She wanted to look, again, being a camera hog. There we go. We're back up to the trailer. I want her over, over. Thank you. I want her lined up. So if you remember, here's our last line. So we don't rest before we get there. Good enough. Now there was a phrase that my son taught me years ago That's something that your son teaches you something, but he was in flight school. And he came home with a phrase one day and he said, "Dad, slow is smooth and smooth is fast." If we'll remember that when we work with a horse and we offer things up slow, smooth, and with rhythm, it happens pretty quick. Now, I never asked her to sniff the trailer, but curiosity, instead of her drawing a line and says, "Nope, not going anywhere around it, it's just not going to happen," curiosity is actually bringing her up to the trailer. If y'all notice, there's 2 steps that I haven't asked for. So I'll probably ask for that right foot to come up, and then we're going to leave again, and I'm going to make her work just a little bit harder when we come off the next time. There. So how far were y'all able to get her last time, Casey, the last time you worked with her? You could get them on the ramp and that's where it stopped. Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and ask for just a teeny bit more. So just like everything else, it started with a suggestion with the stick. I see that horse fly. There we go. Well, that tail sock sounds like a whip back there. And in the beginning, I may even get in the trailer to help her. But in the end, before we're done, we'll just stand out here and hopefully, she'll willingly go in the trailer. So I'm not going to leave y'all. I'll stay right with you in here. I need a little more. Again, now I'm pulling with my left hand probably with about 1 or 2 pounds, and that's it. All that's doing is giving her direction. My cue stick is saying, "Would you please move something?" She's backing up. I can't take the pressure off. If she decides to leave, then we go work.
My name is Scott Brookins, and I am the owner of Brookins Construction and MD Barnmaster of the Carolinas. At MD Barnmaster, we have the best warranty in the business. We have a variety of designs to choose from. Our barns are easily customizable to meet your needs. We have financing available to those who qualify. Our barns are fire resistant and they hold their value with little maintenance. Let us build your dream barn for you today.
We're your neighborhood source for everything you need from your farm to your home.
At Harper Sales and Service, a division of Harper Landscaping, we can cater to all your mowing needs. Whether you need to start out with a beginner series for those smaller lawns, you can work your way all the way up to a 0 turn and even get into those bigger areas where you might have an acre or 2 or more.
My animals depend on me, and I depend on Harper Equipment Sales and Services to keep me running. From my weed eater to my tractor, they can fix it all.
When you look for Harper Landscaping, it's no sweat.
There we go. Ask her to change up one more time. There, back on her hiney. Now let's walk to the trailer. And it sounds like it's really hurting, but it's the flat part of the rubber that's bopping her. It's energy, but it's not hurting at all. She's got to look for an answer. There. I'd rather have both front feet, but I'll take that for right this second. Again, waiting on her. So every time I ask and I get something positive, I take the pressure away. So I want her to feel good about every bit of progress that she makes. I'll take what she'll give me, and if we have to go backwards to get forwards, we're gonna take it. Her body position tells me she's not afraid at all. She just pretty much has in her mind, I would rather not. Again, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Got to 8 o'clock in the morning. So I'm sure we can scrounge up lights if need be. And we have to take it in that thought process when we're working with a horse. Never forget, the horse doesn't have a clock. She's not in a hurry for dinner. She's not in a hurry for breakfast. Because she never even knows when it is till her stomach tells her. There we go. Now we take the pressure off and go to the trailer. Again, I can't let her stay out there very long. In here is the only place that we can rest since we got the new line in the sand. There. So we'll do this several times, and each time's going to get a little better and better, and I'm going to make it a little more difficult for her. I'm not going to come in with her after probably the 5th or 6th time, and she has to sort it all on her own. But she's going to start realizing that this is the only place that she gets to take a break. Now there's a hay bag in here, so I may even put that in a positive spot for her. So as she's in, she's getting a break and she's getting a little treat. Now I'm not saying that I recommend putting feed in the trailer, putting hay in the trailer. That's after you get here. If you get here, then life can be good. Remember, it's all about the dopamine release. Where do they get that drug? And if they get that drug, we can't go out that door, sweetie. if they get that drug in the trailer and not out of the trailer's a better place. It's just like us. She came out, or I actually took her out. So we're gonna go back and work some more. A little bit more, darling. There you go. It's act like she's just going right in. And then I want you to walk up the ramp and stop at the top on the left-hand side. Get all your rope in your right hand. There you go. Now in your left hand, I'm sorry. Point where you want her to go. There you go. Ask her in. You stop right there. Good job. Throw the lead rope up on her. Tap her real. There you go. Give her a happy place. Okay, real quick to wrap this thing up, Casey, Sarah, y'all come here. We're going to talk to the camera. Work is the best punishment, if you want to look at it that way, to get a horse to do the things that you would like for him to do. So the things that we want him to go do is easy, nice, soft, comfortable. Before long, that horse is going to look at that place as the Taj Mahal. It'll be one of the best places in the world. But just remember, it can't be from the tip of that ramp forward. There can be nothing unpleasant. Got it? Okay. Thank y'all so much for having me up here today. It's been a blast.
Thank you very much.
This is Paul Dunn from Mule City Feeds. We've been delivering horse feed to Eastern North Carolina since 1981. And not only have we been delivering it, we've been leading the industry so far as compliance with state North Carolina and giving the best quality product possible. We test everything that comes in from the local farmers. We do quality assurance and we deliver the product. Give us a chance. Your neighbor's giving us a chance. We'd like to have your business here at Mule City Feeds. Also, when you deal with the big feed companies, you might have to wait 4 or 5 days just to get the feed. Give us a call and you'll be shocked we'll deliver in an hour.
Carolina Hoofbeats is brought to you in part by Newcomb Quarter Horses. Newcomb Quarter Horses with over 40 years experience. Find out how we can help you today. NewcombQuarterHorses.net. And also by Carolina Hoofbeats Magazine, a free publication about the horse industry in North Carolina. Catch up on the latest issue at CarolinaHoofbeats.com. And also by Southeast Equine Magazine, a free publication about the horse industry in the southern United States.
Sitting high in the saddle, nothing else matters. My feet in the stirrups, I'm so